Hi everyone, thanks for watching this video. This video is about pets and narcissists. I've made lots of different videos about this actually. Maybe I can add something new today, but people have asked me to make videos about this again. So, before I do, if you could, please subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate you for that. And you can support me by voting up or down on my videos. Go down below and comment. Ask me questions, say hello. I'll always answer them. And you can share this video at different places. You can hit the notification bell, let you know when my videos are coming out. I do about a few a week. Thank you very much. So, why do narcissists love their pets more than you? Yeah. I get this asked a lot. I mean, it must feel awful, right? You think you are in love, you have your partner for life, maybe married, whatever, and you see them give more affection, don't you, to the pets. They seem to be loving and maybe vulnerable to their pets, but they don't do this to you. They maybe don't even like intimacy with you, things like this. Choosing pets over you, fighting over pets, taking pets away from you, things like this. It's theirs. So narcissists are humans, believe it or not. I know, crazy. But they're human beings. And they like pets for a lot of the similar reasons that the rest of us do. Companionship is a major reason. Don't forget, people with personality disorders technically means they have problems with their relationships. Whether they can't form new relationships, they can't maintain relationships, they can't get their needs met in relationships, and it's extremely stressful. I know you guys are probably saying, well, they're the ones causing all the crap. I know they are. I get it. And that's why they can't have relationships. They're not necessarily in control of their behaviors, and they're not aware of what they're doing. They're not mindful of their behaviors. They're not aware of how they feel, and they can't look at themselves and introspect. It hurts too much, so they don't really learn from their mistakes, and so they keep repeating them over and over again. But they're not very aware of this either. And so they have problems forming new relationships, and this is why they love bomb and they act like they're somebody else and all these other things to have relationships, because they're not even aware that they need them. They probably aren't aware that they even have needs or emotional needs, or they think it's something else. But they have failed relationships, and that's another major reason. And so many victims, you guys, us, I have been, we tend to kind of, like pets a lot too. Not everybody, of course. A lot of you guys out there don't care for animals or don't want them as pets. But I think the majority of us victims like us do. And for a lot of the same reasons narcissists do. We have failed relationships too. We have major trust issues with people. And sometimes I see people, after being abused for most of their life, just say, screw people altogether. I don't need relationships. I see people saying, all I need is my pets. And I really, really encourage all of you watching this video, can you please try to refrain from messages that encourage others to not socialize, to not form new relationships, to not try with people, down there saying people are horrible, people are awful, I trust animals more than people. I mean, this stuff, it's negative. And we don't need to encourage others to do what you're doing because you think it works for you. I'm telling you, that's extremely unhealthy. And it's not for a personal attack. It's not enough. We need human beings, period. We need humans, and we need human contact, interaction, connection. We need relationships. We need our emotional needs met. And animals don't do that, okay? They're just incapable of doing that. And so everybody that traps themselves away with just pets, their mental illness will slowly decline. Now, adding pets to your life almost will always help your mental health rise, to get better, healthier. There's many things that pets do chemically to our brains, to our bodies. One thing pets do is it releases oxytocin. Huge. Oxytocin is one of the 4 feel-good hormones. These are things that calm our body down after stress, okay? Biggest source of stress are relationships. So here we have stress in our lives. We might have post-traumatic stress disorder, and we have troubles now because what happens after continuous stress, we get stress chemicals to help us fight or flight, right? And then afterwards, the threat is gone. Then we have feel-good hormones that come and calm us down. But after doing this over and over and over again for years, right, even just the relationships you're in for years, it damages us and it causes a chemical imbalance in us where we get over stress chemicals and now we don't get our feel-good hormones anymore. So I encourage a lot of my clients, I encourage a lot of you, please add pets to your life. Here's mine. A lot of you guys ask about my dog, Danny. I have a little Chihuahua here. A lot of you guys ask, here she is. There's Danny, live and well and happy. Thanks for you guys asking. Danny was there for me. Danny's 12 years old, and she was there for me when I was in the worst of my life 12 years ago. And I thank God I had her, and I have her now. But we are low in oxytocin. I've made entire videos about oxytocin. You can go watch them in my playlist titled Healing CPTSD. So I won't get into it now. But pets raise oxytocin. So it helps people with depression. And after failed relationships, after losing people, even if we don't like them, even if they abused us, we tend to be depressed. And with trauma added to it, we tend to be very depressed. And so I encourage all of you, please go and adopt a pet at a shelter. Okay? Try not to encourage pet stores too much unless they do it the right way, or private breeders and stuff like this. Adopt the millions of unwanted pets in shelters. I recommended people doing this a lot in the beginning last year during the sickness, and I found out that they emptied out pretty much across the nation in the United States, that pet shelters emptied out with pets. It was beautiful. It was so awesome. Sadly, when people got their lives back, they put a lot of pets back into shelters and they're overloaded again now. So anything you can do to adopt a pet, that would be just beautiful. It'd be good for the pet. It'd be so good for you. It just is companionship. It raises oxytocin, which we desperately need. We're not doing that ourselves anymore, okay? So that's another reason that they will like a pet. They may be depressed, and I think most narcissists are depressed. They may not be aware of it because they don't know who they are, which means they reject how they feel, and so they ignore it, and they believe if I can convince you I'm happy, I'm happy. Doesn't work. We're talking about inside, not what you look like, narcissist. So whether they know it or not, it helps them feel better. And these are codependent people. They're dependent on you and rely on you to make them feel better. And so a dog could do that, okay? A dog will help them do that. Narcissists have all kinds of fears. Fear of rejection. Pets won't reject them. Fear of abandonment. Can't leave them. Fear of intimacy. You don't have to be intimate with a human. You see that? So we're just getting into a lot of different reasons why narcissists, may give their pet more attention, may value their pet more than you, may love their pet more than you. The other thing is control. So, narcissists gaslighting, manipulating, triangulating, discard, silent treatment, smear campaigns, all forms of control to extract what they want and need from you. Okay? And, we can't control humans. No matter how hard they try, no matter how hard they think they are in control of you, they aren't really. And it never turns out the way they wanted to. Their delusional fantasies never turn out the way they want. And failed relationships, either they discard you because out of their fears, or they're sick of you, can't use you anymore, or you discard them. These are failed relationships, period. And it adds a lot of stress in their life, and pets help calm that. Pets help soothe some of their fears. Pets won't, like I went before, they won't initiate and demand intimacy. They won't reject them. They won't abandon them. And there's other fears, I'm sure. So another thing is I talk about narcissistic parenting a lot, and I'm not calling, it's a big difference between narcissistic personality disorder and someone being narcissistic. Narcissism is a spectrum. You can say we are all on that, and trust me, we all are. Anybody that wants their narcissism pointed out to them, be glad to show you. But narcissistic parenting is I'm not there for you, the child that has needs and wants. Not all my attention and focus is on you and your emotions and what you need and what you want and how you feel and all these things. The attention is on myself and my own void and what I need, and I might even exploit my own children and things like this. And children with narcissistic parents, especially a narcissist, a narcissist dad, and now I'm talking about the disorder especially, um, they don't feel adequate enough. They rely on what they look like and status and things like this, and they'll use their children as extensions of themselves. Okay, and so the child doesn't get to be their own person. They're there for the narcissistic parent, and it could be, I'm proud. So look at my honor roll student child. Look at how beautiful my child is. They're a model. Look at how beautiful wife or husband and children. Overachiever. Or maybe it's just my emotional kicking post. Things like this. So they're there for them, and that is what a pet is for a narcissist. I mean, really, look, you'll see the male ego get the big, pit bull or whatever and talk about how bad they are and badass, and they might make them rough, and my dog would do this to your dog, and it really fits my big truck and my small little, what image that I have. And, or maybe it's the narcissistic female who wants to tote around a little chihuahua in a little tiny handbag that's designer, and now look at me. You see that? So it's definitely a form of exploitation, extensions of themselves. This is my dog, this is my car, this is my house, this is how I look, and my image and my clothes, and it all kind of fits into that same mold. So control, I can control my dog. Possession and ownership, they believe they own you. Codependency pretty much is about possessionship. Like I owe you, no, you own me, I own you. And they want control. They have to. They're not self-reliant at all. They're reliant and dependent on you. And so they control. They can't ask. They don't know how to communicate what they want and what they need. They won't be vulnerable. Well, they don't need to communicate with the dog. They just demand it. They grab it. They bring it over here. They can kick it and abuse it to get out and release their anger, their hatred for their self. Okay, their frustrations, any of this stuff. They can take it out on the dog. Dogs are the silent victim, aren't they? Sad. So much mistreatment of animals on this planet. And we give so much attention to so many different areas of culture, society, and things like this, rules and laws and how to behave and treat each other. But there just really isn't much out there for pets. It's kind of sad. I wish there was more regulation. For people who like to just have lots of pets and animals, just be thankful I'm not your president or something, that I can control that, because it wouldn't be happening like that. It would be much more difficult to have pets. It'd be very costly and expensive, and all the information would be recorded and data, and yeah, lots of regulations for the pets because they need it. That was a little tangent. So I think I hope I showed you guys what this is about. Because really, I think I just try to describe some of their behaviors and helps you guys understand. Because in the end, after relationships are being abused and traumatized and failed and loss and grief, it causes a lot of shame and guilt. And if we can better understand what happened, hopefully it can alleviate some of this shame. Okay? Someone putting their dog before you. I love my dog more than you. I met an extremely narcissistic woman this year, in the beginning of the year, and she has 2 daughters, and I heard her 4 times tell me that she loves her dog more than her children. Very, very sad and just bizarre. It's like, if you can't love humans, I don't think you love a dog. There's something wrong there. Maybe they can't love you. Maybe you have so much hate. But 4 times telling me I love my dog more than my children. Well, actually, I don't really love my daughters. It's pretty sad. And I see the same with victims like you guys. Like I was saying earlier, I see a lot of you guys kind of, it's almost like hoarding, right? I just stay safe and isolate, but I got my dogs for stimulation and companionship, and I can talk to them. And, just be careful when they start talking back. That was a joke. So use your pets, because the major thing I try to do with people, with clients, is pursue self-interests. You guys have probably heard me say this a lot. We pursue our own self-interest, and then as we do, we try to find ways to add people while I'm pursuing these self-interests. So say I like, some major kind of artwork or artist. And so, I could sit in my computer all day and look at the art by myself. But let's go to, an art museum where this art is displayed, and maybe the artist will be there and give a speech. And while doing that, you may meet some people. So it's great to have pets. It's great to include pets in your life, but don't exclude humans. Okay. You can take your pet to pet classes, group classes, and meet other people that are doing the same thing. This is meeting people organically, like we used to a long time ago before internet and dating sites ruined our lives and our society. Get out there and meet people. Use your pets to do that. That's perfectly fine thing to do. And not everybody likes pets, right? I tried dating somebody who says they hate animals, hate them. And I had pets at the time, more than her. And it's just like, well, it's not going to work, is it? But if you go out, if you love pets and you go out and you have your pet and you'll meet people that, oh, cute dog, you might meet people or classes and stuff like this. And you already have something in common. Okay? So I think I showed about 5 different reasons why they behave and act this way towards their pet. Let me know some other ones if you guys have, please. The comments that you guys leave are a huge part of these videos, and people go down and read them, and they get inspired, and it helps them understand things, and maybe even interaction down there, some social interaction that might be the only interaction they're getting right now. So please tell me some other reasons you think people, narcissistic people or narcissists, prefer pets over humans and over you and over their loved ones, supposedly, that they love. Let me know. Let me know your stories. I'd appreciate that. Ask questions all the time, please. I'll answer them. Okay, anybody wants coaching, daviddemars.com, and love yourself first and your pet second. Thanks. Bye.